This is Community TV with Adair, and this is TV for you by TV for me. And this is where I talk to people in our community who are doing amazing things to add value to the lives of people around them. Now, this could be anything from meditation, yoga class, learning to cook, reading tarot cards, healing, physical fitness or gardening. Whatever it is you're interested in, we're covering it here. Now, today we have an extra special topic for you. We're talking to Paula Darch, and we've got a couple of special guests that have popped in as well. Now, Paula is actually passionate about talking to parents and working with parents who to help relieve the guilt that they may feel from not being there or not being good enough or not being present enough for their children. And I can see her in the lobby, and she's jumping in and out, so she might be having some connectivity problems. But what we're talking about today, if I can get her into the show, is talking about the notion of success. Now, the whole thing about the notion of success, it affects us as business people, but also affects people in the community. Whether it could be someone like breastfeeding. You don't know, like you might feel a failure because you haven't been able to breastfeed your child, or you might feel that you're not successful because your body isn't a size 10 or a size 8, or you might not feel successful because you don't live in a mansion on the top of a hill. It's this notion of success affects all of us, and probably I would suggest females, it would affect more so than any other, like our compatriots in the other gender, the male gender, because we have got so much pressure put on us to look and be successful and be perfect. And in terms of success means looking perfect, being perfect, having the perfect house, having the perfect husband, having the perfect relationship and the perfect kids and the perfect income. And we all know, like, seriously, that's just the biggest crock of shit we've ever fed ourselves. So what we're going to do now is we're going to blow that out of the water, and we are going to challenge the notion of success for you, because, as I said in the promo, what if we told you that just being born makes you successful? I am going to bring Paula on. We do have Theoni's here. Relationship, the perfect. Yay, Paula! Can you hear me? Hello, Paula? No? Yes, and the perfect income, and we all know, like, seriously, that's just the biggest crock of shit we've ever fed ourselves. So what we're going to do now is we're going to blow that out of the water. So what I'm doing now is I'm waiting for Paula. She can't hear me, so there is something happening at Paula's end. Paula, hello? No, we have some audio issues. Paula, I'm going to drop you back out. We'll see how we go, and I might bring you back in a little while. We've got Savitri here as well. Theoni took a late lunch break, so she's listening in for a bit as well. If you want to join us, you're more than welcome. Paula, I'll try and bring you in again, and we'll see how you go, because I can hear you loud and clear. You just, Theoni's saying she'll SMS her. Theoni and I...
Hello, everybody. I'm not sure what's actually happening today with the computer. I'm hoping that you can see me, because I can't see Theoni on the screen, and I can't hear her either. So I'm not sure what to do, Theoni. Maybe you can, or Adair.
Okay. You can't hear me? No, she can't hear me. Okay, Paula, I'll drop you out, because this is all about having a conversation, and we've got part of it working. We've got the visuals, but we haven't got the audio. So keep trying.
Can you see me?
I can see you, Paula. What I'm going to do is ask you to see if you can unmute your computer, see if that works. I'll drop you out. Give me a thumbs up. Just check that your computer's not muted. I'm going to bring Tracy in. Okay. Savitri, if you can join us too, that would be awesome. We got Mary maybe popping in a little bit later. Hi, Tracy. How are you?
Fabulous. How are you?
Yay. So, and Theoni's saying she can hear Paula. Yes, we can all hear Paula, but she can't hear us. That's so I'm not quite sure what's happening. Success. Whoa. What does that mean to you?
Okay.
Not wanting to put you on the spot at all in any way, shape, or form.
Look, I used to believe success was all about money and the material things that you had, and I achieved those things, and I still didn't feel successful, and more importantly, I didn't actually feel happy. And so, what I've learnt in particular over the last couple of years, I've been doing a lot of work in this area, is true success is actually being truest to yourself and bringing value to other people.
Yeah, that's amazing, because we all get caught up in the trappings of what we think success is. And I actually said to my son on his 16th birthday, I wrote a Facebook post, as you do, to say happy birthday. None of this buddy saying in-person shit. Well, I did that as well. We had a party for him, paid pin the tail on the donkey, and for his 16th, yes, we did that. I said to him, he had a 1 in 4 trillion chance of being born. Now, seriously, wouldn't you call that successful?
Absolutely.
Just the fact that we are here at all, and if we just strip it right away to the bare bones of just the fact that we are here on this planet, and all of the other opportunities for other people to be born instead of us, I would say that is a massive success in itself. And it gives us, if we have that approach, then we can actually, it gives us, Paula, I'm looking at the lobby, she keeps jumping in and out, but to me, that is, if we can come from that place, because I know from a long time, you're saying that you had the trappings, you had the income, you had the glitz, the glamour, the shiny bit, and I know a little bit about your story. You've been on stage talking to like thousands of people, and training and doing a whole heap of stuff that is, it's significant stuff, and you were still helping, but you were saying it didn't make you feel successful. How did it sort of like feel it? So if you don't mind sharing, like at that time, how did that feel like?
Look, I think in that moment I fell into a trap that a lot of people do when you have that kind of success, is you fall for the ego of it. And, I've watched this over the years. I've been involved in the same industry for 17 years, and I've watched everyone go through that ego place, and some people never come out of it, unfortunately. And I think they're probably the ones who are the most unhappy, because the carrot they were chasing was success, and they've got it and they're still not happy, and they don't realise they were chasing the wrong carrot.
So success is, we have it anyway. We just need to tap into it. I want to see if I can bring Paula back in, because I think she's got a conversation earlier, she's got some amazing stuff to share. Paula, can you hear us?
Hello again. I'm not sure what's going on, but it's just not playing the game for me today. I can't see you or hear you. I've got my speakers on, so I might just have to come into Facebook and join you with chat or something like that to
Paula,
because yes, I'm not sure, but I cannot get it to work today.
So you can't hear us at all? Hello? No, she's gone. That's unusual. Paula is a seasoned live streamer, as you, Tracy, as well. So, I'm not quite sure. It's must be just us, though. Mary may be popping in and joining us a bit later on. And if there is anybody who wants to join in and share their story, you are more than welcome to. There is a link above here. If you are on your mobile phone, that is, it's a little bit difficult to get. I think you would, no, let me think. If you haven't been on before, okay, so Paula's saying she can't hear us at all. Now, Paula's actually commenting as MytimeTV.live because she's a admin on this show. She's one of our Facebook code breakers, and that's a bit of a shame. So, Paula, you have to change it as you. So Theone can hear Paula. Savitri can hear us, I'm sure. We can hear each other. Let's just continue the conversation. So, Tracy, a little bit more about your story. You've got the floor. Let's share. When you were saying you were chasing the wrong carrot, what did that mean? How did?
Well, I think for a lot of people, in particular in business, you chase that carrot of what you think success. And for most people, if you asked them to describe success, they'd describe it as the shiny things that they can buy once they're there.
Yes.
The house on the beach, or the house in the mountains, or the 2,000-acre farm, or whatever it is for you. And the sports car, the kids in private school, all those things. But all of those really are actually just about ego and how they will impress other people. And so what happens with a lot of people, and I was included in this. I had the beach house. I lived. It took me 300.
Oh, sorry. That's my bad. I tell you what. It's my son going, Mum, come and pick me up, and I'll be going, what, boy? Sorry, go on. You had the trappings. Keep talking. Sorry, that was my bad.
So I could walk out my front door, and in 312 steps, I did count it. My feet would be getting wet on the beach, and that was my goal. And I got there, and I still felt like there was something missing. And what I realised, getting to that goal was fabulous. And yes, I did help a lot of people along the way and help change their lives as well. But I was focusing on the ego side of things. And once I let go of that, then I actually started to feel truly successful, and also started to connect with people in a different way as well. And so, I think a lot of us get wrapped up in this whole perfectionism thing. And, it's funny, I think it was only 2 or 3 days ago, I did a blog post on my Instagram account about perfectionism. And perfectionism and progression actually cannot coexist. You've either got one or the other. So it's very rare to get perfection. And if you've got it, it means you're not growing, because you're not trying to get better. And that's where all the growth is. It's in the mistakes and the failures and the little trip ups we have along the way. And to me, that's actually the success, the growth, because that's what we're here for. We're here to grow as human beings.
Yeah. And we're actually conditioned from birth, really, to avoid making mistakes. We're actually taught to be so risk adverse that we want to wrap ourselves in cotton wool, and we want to have everything just perfect before we even leave the house. I know there was a time when I'm just thinking back, when I look at that and I look at my conditioning, and we lived in a tiny town, or grew up in a tiny town. There was probably 150, 200 people in that town. And we, before you went down the street, Friday shopping down the street, that you would have to actually go, and Mum would put your best clothes on and do the lippy, and there was this perfection. It was how it all looked to everybody else, and that was sort of how we were conditioned. But the other thing with that also was, and it's the word that's coming to mind is, it's comparativitis. So Paula's still saying she can't hear us, but Cheryl's saying she can. So Paula, we're going to have to rebook, and just contribute if you can into the chat. Well, it's not going to be much fun for you, Paula, because you can't hear us at all. But hopefully you can on the replay back. But so we've got perfectionism versus or progression. So Paula's saying sorry. That's okay, hon. Really appreciate you stepping in, and I really want to. We'll pick this up with Paula again another time, but we can have this conversation, because I think the thing about being perfect and comparing ourselves with others is that's another thing that really stops us in our tracks, that it just makes it so difficult it does for me anyway. When I start going, haven't got the top end clothes, or I haven't got the body, or okay, Paula's got us on the phone. Let's see if we can bring her in. And hey, Paula.
Hello.
You,
Okay.
you can hear
Can you
us.
hear me? Can you hear me?
I can hear you loud and clear. Let's give Paula a love heart for that one. Actually, that love heart is framing you beautifully there, Tracy. That's gorgeous. There's a love heart for Paula. Okay.
Beautiful.
So that was epic. It's great to see
That
you
was
here.
epic. Thank you for having me.
Now, Paula, have you met Tracy?
I haven't met Tracy, but it was lovely just listening to what you were just saying before. So it's awesome. So, yeah, hi.
Hi.
Tracy is a Melbourneite who's recently migrated to South Australia, and we've welcomed her with open arms because we get all the good ones down here. So
Totally.
And and I love what she's been sharing. Can you want to share, like part of our original conversation was about success, and you said that you had a couple of aha moments or insights that came to you over the last couple of days. It seems to be coming up for a lot of people.
Yeah, definitely. I was on the weekend. So great, just holding so much gratitude and thanks to a beautiful group of women. I took 5 ladies on a retreat, and it was called Free to Be Me Reconnect. And it was through that weekend that, sort of watching these women just grow, like, sort of moment after moment, second by second, and watching them release the old selves and bring in their new selves, and what have you. And, even from, the teachings that I've done. And what I had the biggest aha moment on Sunday morning. I woke up with a headache, which is the physical of, the emotion that I was holding. And I had this headache and I was questioning, why is that there? And I kept on getting the words, you are successful, you are successful, you are successful. And I'm like, what do you mean? And I just kept on getting the words, you are successful. And in that moment, I realized that because the money in my bank account wasn't for me holding my success, because my dream of having the amount of money in my bank wasn't there, I had limited myself to say and to feel that I wasn't successful because I didn't have the money in my bank that I wanted in there. Yeah. And in that moment, my biggest aha moment was I am successful. And, and it was just, oh my goodness, it was just huge. But then with that came knowing that I'm worthy. And I had said I am worthy every single day. But I didn't realize until that moment that I didn't actually believe it until that second. It was just huge.
That is amazing. It's Mary saying, yes, we're all so successful and so rich. So, Mary, and it must be something that is a topic for conversation and just in the last week, because it's come up for me and I've had a conversation with Mary about it just last night. It is, and when you said today that you wanted to talk about this experience, about your notion of being successful, and I'm just going, wow, that's just like, this is really spooky. And then Tracy's going, she said that you did that on Instagram about, being perfection or progression. And it's all tied in. It's all tied into our self-worth, our self-belief, about who we are, how we feel.
It's a definition. Society says that, there's this big rule. If you don't have, the money, then you're not successful. If you're, if you're not parenting a particular way, you're not being successful as a parent, and I say blow that out the water and, start to believe in those little tiny things that are, every single day we have success. But we're not recognizing them. We're not even acknowledging that those little tiny successful moments in life, we kind of like, we're taking advantage of them and not realizing that they're even there. And I feel that the energy that we're in right now is actually going, hey, guys, pay attention, wake up.
Yeah.
You know,
that
and
absolutely makes so much sense when you put it in that context, because we're like the proverbial dog chasing the rabbit and going, it's out there, it's not, it's right here, it's right now, it's in us, isn't it? Yeah. I just like had a whoa. I love it. We have these aha moments. That is so cool, because it puts the power back with us to choose at any moment how we are feeling. And I think that that conditioning that we are just, we just say, well, it all has to look like this on the outside, or it has to, like you said, it has to have so much money in our bank account, or we have to have the right clothes or the right body or the right relationship or the right, perfect kids. That's the biggest crock of shit, I think. But, and it's actually okay, going back to what you were saying, Tracy, it's actually okay not to be perfect. Does that not lift a huge weight off your shoulders?
Yeah.
There's no such thing as perfect. You point out one perfect person to me.
Yeah. I would. Yes, exactly. I'm just going, even Mother Teresa had her faults.
Yeah, and for a lot of people, Mother Teresa's life wouldn't have been perfect in not having a family, or, as a woman who's not had children. I know the pressure that puts on you, because society don't think you're good enough as a woman because you didn't have babies. So, Mother Teresa would have a lot of people that would think that she didn't live the perfect life because she didn't do that, just as one thing. So, the perfectionism actually comes from our own definition, not from anything of how we present it.
Yeah, that is an excellent point. Yes, Paula.
And, like going from, what Tracy was saying, sort of, I know with the clients that I have, they feel like failures. They feel like, I mean, I've felt that way, a failure as a mum, a failure in my business because of my definition of what perfect or successful was. Yeah. And, that's why when I had I'm calling it epiphany. When I had the epiphany on Sunday morning, and I'm like, I teach this, this is what I say to everyone else, but I didn't realize that it wasn't a belief, that I wasn't holding that value within myself, that I was successful, and I was, holding the value in myself because I was considering what success was, from what society says that it's meant to be. Yeah. And it's just stuff that, man.
You stop that. Savitri's saying what is perfect, and because you're sitting a bit lower in your seat, it's actually you look like food, my dog. But that's cool. It's what is perfect. Whose measure is it? When you look at supermodels, they even have airbrushing. It is all an illusion. And I think that is something that, like, we are women over, I don't know if you are over 40, but I'm definitely over 40, and we are we've been brought up with this crap. We've had to have it into us, and it just sometimes those things we can say that we know and we understand and we're aware of it, but to really feel it and live it and breathe it and just be it. Hey, Mary's here with us. It is we still get caught. I know I do. I still get sucked into that illusion, that absolute illusion of what things should be. I'm really enjoying this conversation because it's so freaking refreshing. It just goes, hey, Mary.
Hi. I had the broadcast on in a different window, and so I had two voices going at once. I'm like, oh my God, where should I be?
You're in the right spot.
Yes. Yay.
So, Mary, you've met Tracy and Paula?
Yes. I'm not sure if I've met Paula. I've seen you around online.
Oh, excellent.
Hi. Yeah.
Hi. So we're meeting new people today as well. So and you would have caught a little bit of what we were talking about, Mary, about
the conversation. It's completely relevant to me. and what I'm all about at the moment.
Yeah, and I just think we just want to share with us, Mary, that we've got a event happening for International Women's Day, and I do believe that we do suffer from comparitis and perfectionism, and more so than men do. And I think it actually behoves us as women to celebrate and support each other's imperfections and love those imperfections, because then we love our own and we can love each other's imperfections. And
love imperfect me.
Yes, and give each other and give ourselves permission to just be who we are. And so we've got an event happening. I've actually got the details up here. I'll give it a little plug, because I think it is really important for us to connect and to support each other as women who often want to be perfect. And now we know. So Savitri's invited 57 people. We might have to get a bigger venue. Oh, this is so exciting. Thank you, Savitri. I'm assuming you're coming as well. So, but Mary has written a song. Are you able to share that with us? Because we're down to, I don't know. I don't want to put you on the spot in any way.
No, I know. I've been thinking about it. I really want to. I only wrote it like 5 days ago. And so, I just love it. It's called Wealthy Woman. It's all about the wealth that is coming through us in action, the actual wealth. Like, you can have a wealthy body. You can have wealthy relationships.
Yeah. Right?
You can have a wealthy bank account. Some people have bank accounts with lots of money in it, but no real wealth. Right?
So can we have some hearts so we can hear Mary's song? Hang on, I'll give you, when you look at this bag, here's a great big heart across the whole screen. Give us some hearts.
Without looking at the words, because then I might have to look at the words, but I'll try not to.
All right.
So I can meaning.
We'll take the meaning. Thank you, Mary.
It's just about the wealthy woman within us. And it was at least, probably 6 months ago, I thought, I really want to write a song about wealth, because my songs actually create, right? So I've got songs that have manifested lots of different things, because they really put you in that feeling place of having that thing. So I wanted to write a song, I was like, oh, the song should be called I'm Rich or I'm Wealthy, but then I had to kind of wait for the right time. And then all of a sudden I woke up one day and went, oh, today's the day, this song's coming. And then I hear the music, and then I just start writing words that make sense, and then it just all comes together. Sometimes with these particular kind of songs, they're just like channeled. So I hope I can do justice. Wealthy Woman.
Wow, the debut. Ooh.
Can you hear it?
Yeah.
Can you hear it?
Yeah, we're all nodding.
Wealthy woman, you live inside me. Wealthy woman, I just couldn't see. Wealthy woman, will you hold my hand? Wealthy woman, it's time to make us stand. For so long you were not worthy in my eyes. Just when you start to bloom, I'd cut you down to size. Cut you down to size. No more shame and no more lies. I allow my wealth to rise. I am rich and I am real. I'm all this and it's time to feel. I am rich and it's time to feel. Wealthy woman, will you trust me again? Wealthy woman, will you still be my friend? wealthy woman, we have so much to give. Wealthy woman, it's our time to really live. For so long you were not worthy in my eyes. Just when you start to bloom, I cut you down to size. Cut you down to size. No more shame and no more lies. I allow my wealth to rise. I am rich and I am real. I'm all this and it's time to feel. I am rich and it's time to feel. No more shame and no more lies. I allow my wealth to rise. I am rich and I am real. I'm all this and it's fine to feel. I am rich and it's time to feel. I am rich and it's time to feel.
Oh my God!
You like that one?
That was awesome. I could feel that the whole way through my body. My body was just vibrating. It was awesome. Thank you so much.
Yeah, like I've got goosebumps. Thank you, Mary. You'll be playing that on International Women's Day for us.
You bet. Yeah.
Woo!
Awesome.
So you heard it here first. Oh my God, that is so fantastic. Thank you for jumping in and sharing that.
I got really nervous all of a sudden because I was like, the words, when you think about it, then you have to forget what you're doing. I hope it came perfect.
It was perfect. We need to set you up with some with a studio for when we have you doing music on here, because it doesn't do you justice, but it was beautiful. And thank you for sharing. Thank you. Really appreciate that. Appreciate you. Paula, thank you so much for keeping trying. You just didn't give up. You made it. I appreciate that. I appreciate you as well. And Tracy, amazing that you could just drop everything and jump in and go with it. I tell you what, I'm just surrounded by some amazing women and just honoured that to be sharing this with you today. So thanks so much, and we will see you. I think you will see at least two of you tomorrow with the Women in Business Adelaide net friending event that we have planned. So, but for International Women's Day, have a look above. Have a look above. Click on the link. Come and join us because it's going to be awesome fun. Okay. See you, ladies.
Bye. Yeah, thank you.
Bye. Bye.